Hi everyone, this is Vikas here. I'm student of IIT Guwahati. I'm pursuing mathematics and computing from IIT Guwahati. So in this topic, today I'm going to teach you function. What is function, basic properties of function, how to define function. This is the very first basic lecture and this is for class 12 Cbse and for basic JEE mains. Okay, so let's start. What do you mean by function? Before function, I'm hoping that you all are familiar with sets, relation, Cartesian product. If you have two sets A and B, then how you can product that is called Cartesian product. So on that Cartesian product, we define relation. I'm hoping that you all are familiar with these terms. Then you can understand function. So let's start function. First, we define function. What is function? So let's start. Function function. So to define function, what is function? To define function, let first define function. Before that, I'm going to give you one example. Very first example is if you have a set A and you have a set B. Assume that you have a set A and you have element 1, 2, 3. In relation, we learn this type of diagram 1, 2, 3. If we if we find relation, then if 1 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1, 3 goes to 3. So what type of relation we have? 1 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, and 3 goes to 2. Okay. So this is a relation that we conclude from diagram. We all know this from the previous chapter. So here is one basic point that we have to learn. First we learn sets, then we learn relation. We learn relation on set. After reading sets, we learn relation, and relation we learn on set Cartesian product. Then we are going to learn function. Why? This is a sequence that we are following. So, a function. This is also a type of relation. Type of relation, not actually a relation. Type of relation. We have to put some restriction to define function on a relation. So this is the basic thing that we should know. What is function? So let's define first, then points should more clear. This is the basic understanding. So what is function? So let's define function. What is function? Function, to define function, first we have to let we have two non-empty set. Let we have two non-empty sets A and B. Then we define a rule. Then we define a rule or mapping. You can say rule or mapping. This is a notation. From A to B, this is a notation mapping. From A to B, such that every element of A have every element of A, sorry, have not. Every element of A are uniquely associated with element of B. Don't worry, I'm going to give you example so the point should be more clear. Associate with element of B. Every, here two what you have to mark, very first thing, every and every element of A uniquely. So this term, every element of A are uniquely. What it means? Like in relation, what we know? If we have a set A and B, then every possible subset of A cross B is a relation. We know that function is also a relation, but there is a restriction. What is that restriction? Here every element of A. What it means that in relation, हम लोग रिलेशन में क्या पढ़े? अगर मान लो A कोई सेट है हमारा 1, 2 and 3 एंड B कोई सेट है हमारा 2, 3, 4। अगर मैं रिलेशन एक मान लो 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, सॉरी 1, 1 not 1, 2, 1, 3, okay, 3, 4, okay, this is a relation. सो फंक्शन में क्या बोलता है? एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ ए, यानी हर एक एलिमेंट जो ए से हो, हर एक एलिमेंट आर यूनिकली एसोसिएट विथ एलिमेंट ऑफ बी। इसका मतलब हर एक जो एलिमेंट है, यहाँ जो एलिमेंट है ए का एलिमेंट 1, 2, 3 वो यूनिकली एसोसिएट होना चाहिए। टू डिफाइन फंक्शन फ्रॉम ए टू बी क्या बोलता है? एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ ए, यानी ए का जो एलिमेंट है 1, 2, 3, here B है 2, 3, 4, it means every element must associate uniquely. In this way also you can say that diagrammatically. Let's view again that every element, first every element, it means 1, 2 and 3, every element of A means 1, 2, 3 associate with element of B uniquely. It means that it does not go to 2 points like this way. No, there is no point. Uniquely, that's the term defined, uniquely. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to do more than one example so the point will more clear. Don't bother about that. Okay, so this, okay, so this is the thing. So let's give you, I'm giving one more example so the point will be more clear. Let's move to the second example, that if we have a set A 1, 2, 3, 4, if we have a set 2, 3, 4, 5, assume that this is man. Assume, is this a function? My question. Now back to the definition. What definition says that every element of A map to uniquely map to element of B. In this mapping, can you assume that 4 is mapped to any element or not? There is no mapping of 4. So it contradicts our definition that every element should map uniquely. So 4 is not mapping to anyone. So it contradicts, this is not a function. This is not a function. Okay, let's move to the another example. Assume that if you have 1, 2 and 3, assume that there is only one. This is set A, sorry, this is set A and B. So 1 map to this and this. Is this a function? There is no restriction on B. Point should be noted that there is only restriction in A. That, assume there is 2 also in B. There is restriction on only A, and there is 2 restriction. The first restriction is every element of A uniquely mapped to element of. It means let's move to the element of A. Element of A is 1, 2, 3. Is element of A mapping to element of B uniquely? It means that it have only one array. It do not have two array. This is fine. 2 have only one array from A to B. 3 have only one array A to B. So this is called function. This is a function. So yes, this is a function. Now let's move to the another example. Assume that 1, 2, 3, and you have 2, 3. So is this a function? No, because I am hoping that you all are now getting, because this is not, 1 is not uniquely mapped. 1 is not uniquely mapped. So I'm hoping that you are now familiar with the term function. How to define function, and how to think that this is a function or not. Like I'm giving one more example. 1, 2, 3, and assume that this is 1, 2, 3, and all these three are mapped to a 1. Is this a function? So according to the definition of function, what we know, every element of a, first we check element in A is 1, 2, 3. Is this mapped to uniquely, that there is only one array? Yeah, this is only one array and this is mapped uniquely. So this is a function. The point should be noted. This is the backbone of class 12's functions. So your point, each point should you clear. Each point should be clear. I'll give you one example that you relate in your real life experience also, real life also. Like you have a student, you are also a student, so you have a student, you are a student, and you have a age. Assume that you have 40 student in a class, 40 student in your class, and according to their class, you all are between 14 to 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, assume that this is B set, this is A set. Assume that you have 10 students, not 40. We are giving example, so let's assume that there is only 10 students. Student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, student 5, student 6. Assume student 6, only 6 students. So अब हर एक स्टूडेंट का दो एज तो नहीं हो सकता ना, एक ही एज हो सकता है, कोई एक एज हो सकता है. इफ यू आर a स्टूडेंट, assume that you are रोहित, तो एक रोहित का दो एज तो नहीं हो सकता ना. तो ऐसा ही फंक्शन है. फंक्शन डिफाइन होने के लिए सेट ए से बी में क्या होना चाहिए, एक स्टूडेंट का एक एज होना चाहिए. दो स्टूडेंट का एक एज हो सकता है, तब भी डिफाइन है. और हर एक स्टूडेंट का क्या होगा, एज तो कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा ना. तो पहला डिफिनेशन फंक्शन का क्या बोलता है, एवरी एलिमेंट यूनिकली मैप होना चाहिए. सारे एलिमेंट का एज तो होगा, और सारे एज का एलिमेंट का एज क्या होगा, यूनिक होगा. दो स्टूडेंट का एज सेम होगा. आगे चल के ये जो एग्जांपल है काम आएगी, क्योंकि फंक्शन का डेफिनेशन ही क्लियर नहीं होता है बच्चे को. सो यू कैन मैप टू एनीवन. एक ही मैप होगी. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड अ फंक्शन. आई एम होपिंग यू आर क्लियर विद द टर्म फंक्शन. So we are ending up here. I'm hoping that you all know what is function. So we next lecture we are going to discuss more basic property. So thank you everyone.